What is up, everybody? This is Mark the Mike, and this is another The Wrestling Babble podcast by Red Cycling Inc. I am Mark the Mike. I'm joined by my tag partner, Louis Beans.
What is up? What is up?
And there's a ton of wrestling to cover. There's some speculation that Night of Champions might be moved. And, because of bullshit that's happening in this world. So, there's a lot of news. So,
Let everybody be safe. I don't want to hear no
yeah.
bullshit going on because something else going on. Hey, can't do it now. Don't do it now.
Yeah, I'd rather it just,
I ain't
like,
mad.
yeah, it is what it is. I'm actually liking the Cena Punk shit, so I'm actually excited for that. So if it has to be delayed, then delay it. If it has to be moved somewhere, then just be safe and not fucking keep going. But yeah, a lot of bullshit happening with our world and so-called president. See what shit happens, but beyond that, it is what it is. Uh, yeah, we got a lot of wrestling to cover. We have also the wrestling retrospect, and you picked Nino Hamburgiza.
Yes,
Hamburguesa.
I don't know exactly what his name means. I I think it means hamburger boy. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, that was what it translates to. Hamburger boy.
And he is a big boy.
Yeah.
The first one I have is, and it seems like he's a lot. If you look at it, he's in a three-man group with uh Mr. Iguana a lot.
Yeah.
Different combinations. Like sometimes it's Octagon Junior, sometimes it's not. This one is Team Hamburguesa versus Tokyo Bad Boys, and this is, let's see the date. Oh, this is recent. This is April 24, 2025.
Oh, okay.
And if you want to see it, it's on the Lucha AAA channel.
Nice.
It is the Tokyo Bad Boys. I'm not sure who they are. They do look familiar. I'm not sure if they're New Japan, Noah, or which group, which promotion, but they are familiar. Is so Team Hamburguesa is Mr. Iguana, Hamburguesa, and Octagon Junior. Like I said,
There's Tokyo Bad Boys.
Bad Boys. Yeah, it's three guys. Um, there's a funny moment in the beginning. I don't know if this is a part of his AAA matches because I looked at some of his other matches, but Hamburguesa seems that in this match there's something called the Suave. I'll read it out to you. It's called the Suavecito cam. I don't.
Okay.
It's not. It's not a ref cam. I don't think.
It's a close up, I guess. I don't know.
Oh no, I think it is a ref cam.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the ref's name is Suavecito.
Okay.
Does that again? I'm not fluent in Spanish, so I'm not sure what the little sayings are. I don't know if that's just his nickname, but I see it. He has a little camera on his head. He has a GoPro on it.
Oh, okay.
This is so it's silly. There's a lot of fun little things going on. This is pretty much kind of so since you saw two out of three of these guys at Worlds Collide, it's not going to be too unfamiliar. Hamburguesa just has a lot of little fun spots in the matches, and I think he does very well with the. It's almost like what AEW does when they wrestle the luchadors and whatnot. How
Yeah.
it's just like it's a lot of different fun spots during the match, and it's like very crowd participation oriented because the crowd they love that dude. Like they would just start chanting hamburgers, hamburgers, like just randomly doing them. Like him and Iguana, like they love those two guys.
Nice.
Um, there's typical Iguana disrespect during the match. Um, they try to triple team Hamburguesa, and then they just slap the crap out of him. He gets pissed off, takes off his jersey, and then he's got the titties out. And he does the thing where you shake your pecs,
Yeah.
and it's just something's moving. Something's moving. The crowd is going banana, as they say. Like it's a super fun match. I think you should check it out. Um, the the AAA team does win, and it's the Hamburguesa. I guess the Hamburguesa bomb through a door.
Nice.
So it gets hardcore at the very end, and that's how they win the match. So there you go.
Cool. My first one I found was Pentagon Jr. versus Nino Hamburguesa. This is in Lucha Fighter. This is Lucha Libre AAA. Um, this was definitely when he was in AEW because the design of his stuff is very AEW like with the claw on his. I think it was the Dark Pentagon suit. He had like the red claws on his face. This was 2020 because there was no crowd, so that's definitely had to be pandemic times because he had a mask on, ref had a mask on, cameraman had a mask on, and there was only like 4 people in the, in the set. But it was actually a really good match, and to give, I've never watched Hamagessa before. He reminds me of a slower KO.
Okay.
Like he has he kind of has the same gear as KO. He does like the rolling senton to the corner. Um, I would say like he's like a hybrid of KO and damn, what's his name? He was in TNA. I completely forgot his name. He was a big dude in TNA. He was the one that married
Come on,
Chelsea
Rocky Romero.
Green. He was the one that
Not
married
Rocky.
Chelsea Green in the character. He was like a beast and shit. I forgot his name, but he was a
I
big
think
boy.
I
He was
know
a
you're
big
talking.
boy. He had long hair. He had a tag team with TJP.
I know who you mean. I
I
just don't
know
remember his name.
exactly. I see him. I just can't get his name, but he reminds me of a mix of those two. This match was very athletic. Again, like this is old school Pentagon, and he breaks his arm and stomps him for the win. He does the arm break and stuff. But it actually was a pretty competitive match, and seeing Hamagessa actually doing like top rope stuff, he had the referee like help him get up on top rope a couple times to do a high flying move, which kind of slowed him down, but kind of messed him up in the same thing. I could see the comedy stuff that comes out of him, like, and not doesn't like come out like as in him trying to do, as in it just comes out naturally, which is appreciated with this match, because there were some spots that like were too serious, and then he just made it funny. So I gotta give credit where credit's due. Fun match though. In
Okay.
2020 matches, like I just see no crowd and just see 3 people on the set. That's
And
crazy.
oh, here we go. There's another one from the pandemic. This one is it says exactly 4 years ago on YouTube. So here we go. Nino Hamburguesa versus La Parca Negra.
Ooh.
This is one of the many La Parcas because
Yeah,
they
that's
don't.
one of the younger ones, right?
Yes.
He's skinnier.
Well, he's jacked.
Oh,
He
he's
has a
this one
different
Jack.
shape.
Okay.
He looks like a. He doesn't look like the plain like the other
Yeah.
ones. Just a skeleton. He is like a barbarian version because he
Okay.
has the waist piece of like a Colosseum fighter or whatnot.
Oh, okay.
So I guess maybe he's like the medieval version. Um, this is definitely a pandemic match. It is February 15th, 2021. They are similar to the match I had with Mr. Iguana. They're outside. The cars are outside. And the fans are outside in the cars. And uh, you could tell the difference in how the fans feel towards them because Parker Negra comes from the stage area,
Yeah.
and Hamburguesa comes from like in between the parking lot and the cars, and he's giving fist bumps to all the people in the cars and whatnot, and they're going crazy for him even there.
Yeah.
So again, he is definitely the man of the people. What I see.
Nice.
Um, and again, it's like you said, where it's a serious match because the person he's fighting, but there are just he has his key movements, his spots, I guess you would say,
Yeah.
where you could just tell like the crowd, even when they're outside and it's not gonna be that loud as in an arena, you can still tell that they jump up and down and clapping and start honking for his stuff. Like the senton in the corner, he does a dive outside, which is pretty good. Like he has a reversal to, I think it's like a flipping when you sunset into a roll up
Yeah.
where he does it first, gets the two. La Negra does it to him, and he just falls on it
Yeah.
on his chest. Is the funny thing is, from what I've seen at AAA, you know how usually like when it's like a Nia Jax type of person that they try to do that to, they miss.
Yeah.
He has hit every single time, except once I've seen. He's landing on somebody's chest. It is hilarious. Yeah, I know. Ouch. I know.
Yeah.
And you say ouch, and then he gets the win with the setup, which is his rolling cannonball into a leg drop off the second rope, and it's just a thud, and it's just La Negra does not get up. That's it.
My second match is a tag match of Nino Hamburguesa and Octagon Jr. Versus Mamba and Toxin. Mamba is so it has a story. It has a story arc like beyond that because there's this wrestler, Mexican wrestler, that was known for being flamboyant, and actually there's a documentary. There's like a biopic of him called Cassandra or Cassandra.
Okay.
So that was one of their Cassandra's proteges. So he's
Okay.
also kind of flamboyant, like kind of shows like that. So basically, there's a storyline there. So when was watching the match and then I saw someone that looked like an old lady jump on the person, then I realized it was Cassandra. I was like, oh shit. So there was some like rivalry there, but
Hmm.
again, this was also pandemic times because I think 2021. So I guess in Mexico they were still not doing full crowds yet. Um, like it looks. The setting looks weird because it looks like they're in like a castle, because you see like some awnings and some crazy doors, and then you just see the wrestling ring, and it's just interesting where they're at. But yeah, you got those two. Well, yeah, one is a protege of that. So basically, they had like a pretty competitive match. They were both going at it. Um, this one didn't really have the comedy spots that he kind of thrown, but this one also has. I felt like he was trying to put effort to actually win the match, and actually was like really going down. Like he was doing nice arm drags. He was doing a lot of like good offense that was surprising me. There were shenanigans with this other group that came out first, and that's when Cassandra coming for the save and when attacking one of the Toxin's character. And then when they attacked them, Octagon took advantage, did a 450, got the win, and then they got jumped by this other group that was after the match, which I don't know who they are. But it was just three masked people, so there's a lot of masked people, and there's masks. There's COVID mask, and there's also other masks. So that's a lot of masked people. But it was a fun, interesting match, and I just remembered a lot of these characters, like that one character, because my grandma used to watch AAA like randomly, and I remember seeing that character. So that's something that just reminded me of that. He's Sean Telemundo. There you go. That's my second match. Yo, you get lost? Oh, yo. I guess you. Let's see. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you now.
All right, now. Uh, didn't know I was gonna do that, but let's go on to the next one.
Yep.
This one I have is Big Mommy
Hmm.
y Niño Hamburguesa versus La Hidra, this draw, and Villano 3 Jr. Um, let's see, this one is from February 26, 2021, which is funny because the one I just said was about the same time period.
Okay.
But this one is a smaller crowd, but they're inside. So this COVID time, but they're having an inside show.
Yeah.
just a very small one. Uh, this one is on the Hector Godfrey TV YouTube if you want to check it out. It looks like they're in a not the typical AAA arena, so maybe that's what's going on.
Okay.
Um, Arena Lopez Mateos. So yeah. Oh no, it tells you it's different. It's 2018 when this took place. So there you go. So it's pre-COVID. This one is so it's two big. It's a big boy and a big girl. That's Big Mommy. That's his tag team partner.
Okay.
But honestly, it looks like it's 2 out of 3 falls in this match. I mean, again, there's no commentary, so I can't. Like, even if there was, I could. But Lord have mercy, it looks like a beatdown. Like Hamburguesa and Big Mommy are really just getting the crap kicked out of them for the entire match. Like the first fall is like the first 3 minutes
Mhm.
for Hamburguesa. Um, they take care. Oh, I think they have to pin them both individually, and then I think there's like one last one. So they both get pinned relatively quickly with like minor ass moves. They get stomped out. They get beat up for like the entire match, and then they come back and hit them with, I guess, their signature moves, which one of them is, you guessed it, the rolling cannonball. Um, and then there's just a bunch of funny spots in between where like Dara gets smacked in the butt by the Big Mommy because she's distracted. Uh, and then they both get revenge pins on each one of them. So again, this match is just confusing. The ref gets involved, starts kicking both of their asses. The um Nino and Big Mom, he seems not to not like them. At one point, they have Amber gets on the floor and he kicks the crap out of him while Hidera's holding. Like, it's a mess. He kisses Hidera and drives her to give up. She starts dry heaving. It is just a lot of stuff going on in this match. So honestly, I don't remember who won. 'Cause I think at the end they just pit each other. Like they both tag people pin both teams, and it's just like, well, Big Mommy wins. That's it. I don't know if she was doing a submission
Yeah.
because you see the other guy get flattened by Hamburguesa. I'm assuming he gets pinned, and then the other girl just, for some reason, he doesn't raise Hamburguesa's hand and raises Big Mommy's hand. That's it. That's it.
My last one is AAA Worldwide. This was 2016. So he's been wrestling for quite some time. Um, this is Garza Jr., which is the uncle of Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza.
Hmm.
Oh no, it's actually Garza. He's in here too. So it's his uncle and him, and Nino and Venom versus H Pirate, Dave the Clown, and Superfly. To describe Dave the Clown, he looks like a clown. He looks like a evil clown. But you got Angel Garza here, Angel Garza Jr. here, and everyone loves him. He's going to everyone and getting kisses on the cheek. So you can know this is beyond COVID time because they going close to the crowd.
Hmm.
And he's a super baby face over here because he's just going in the crowd and letting them rub on him. That's exactly what you're doing. Um, it was a fun match. Uh, I see Angel Garza use Hamburg Giza as a cannonball. So instead of him running and doing the corner cannonball, Angel Garza like throws him to do it. So it looks like he launched him to do it. Um, this was again like the triple threat tag team Mexican tag team rules. So basically, sometimes they all get out the ring and then they let them fly in. It has some technical prowess, but I think most people remember like pretty much again like Angel Garza is very HBK in this setting because like the crowd is very behind him. Um, and they keep closing up to all the girls like, dude, goddamn. But it was a fun match. Hamagiza was trying to like get some of the crowd to look at him, so he kept blocking Angel Garza during the match, and then they lined up going at it. Very good offensive match. There was an Angel clip there too with his finisher that he uses in WWE. Goes into Hamagiza getting a splash, and then he gets jumped. Um, their masked dude that's in their team, which is Van Moom, he's the one that took the pin. Uh, the clown kind of cheated, and they found a way to win. So that's the end of that match. A lot of shit going on in that match, but it was fun. All right, we'll have a new person at the end of the show. We kick off the weekend wrestling with Monday Night Raw, and we kick off with Io Sky. Was it Liv Morgan first, and then Io came out, or was it Io first? I don't remember.
Uh, I thought I thought Liv was out there.
Yeah, Liv was out there. Io came out, and then Dom got
Well,
whacked.
Liv and Dom were out there
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
together. Yeah.
So she was like predicting her that she lost. Well, she was going after pretty much Io's guys, trying to get her belt back and shit. So it was solid. Dominic got hit, which is always great by Io Sky. So it looks like they was trying to build this feud, but unfortunately something happened during this night.
Hmm.
Corey Graves is filling in for Pat McAfee. I actually think, again, since Worlds Collide, I think he got a new feel of everything, and that he's been killing it. I actually really appreciate him what he did with Worlds Collide. So I like hearing him on commentating. Why didn't they just make it a 3-man team? Because I think they all work good together if they just let them work together.
Maybe they don't want to kill him because he's gonna be working 2 days a week. They have to travel and then go back to Florida
So if you put him
for
back on
NXT.
Raw, you put him back on Raw. He don't have to be on NXT.
But why
I
you
think,
don't want him on NXT though?
but
I
I
like
think
him on
Booker.
NXT.
But I think I don't mind him on NXT. I like him on NXT. But I think Booker and this dude had a good chemistry as it is. They didn't really need the third person. As in, I think the fact that Pat McAfee watches like a fan, so he doesn't really capture like the heel side things or things like that. I think Corey Graves gives that good heel color analysis and also calls the plays by play as well. So I think that could work better than. But again, I like him on NXT, so I don't feel bad that like I either one is fine with me. But I think he'll be great on Raw as a third
Why
man
not
team.
just bring in Barrett 2 days a week?
That's true. I like Barrett.
Because he's an actual bad guy. Because he does get mean.
He gets mean. He hates John
Well,
Cena.
this is true.
He's understandable though. We got our first four-way for spot in the Queen of the Ring. We have the returning Asuka, Ivy Nile, Stephanie Barker, and Raquel Rodriguez.
Good to see Oscar return. I think it was a little uh car crashy, little hit and run during the match and whatnot, but it ended up okay. Oscar,
Yeah,
I think she had a better match on Friday.
I agree. And you also got Rhea Ripley, yank Raquel Rodriguez out. So it looks like they're building something between them two.
Hmm.
But great to see Asuka back. I was very happy to see her. She's using that hip thing as a finisher too.
I see.
Yeah. Gunther's next. I don't have no much to say. I don't like Goldberg. I have my thoughts
I
on
mean,
Goldberg.
I didn't mind his promo, but
Yeah.
again, I'm not excited to see the match.
Um, this could be a way that Seth cashes in. I could see, but I don't want to. Look again. I like when the I like when it's a surprise. So I'll not like really think like that. But I really don't want to see Goldberg wrestle. I really don't. And it is what it is. I see a lot of people do want to see him wrestle because the crowd went and cheered for him. So I hope Gunther actually takes the win. I actually hope Gunther wins. I will say this, and this is something that people forget in the last sightings of Goldberg. He has lost the last 3 matches he was in. So like,
Hmm.
it's not like he's going to win and only win. He lost to Drew McIntyre. He lost to Bobby Lashley. He lost to Braun Strowman. So he has taken losses. So there's a big chance that, again, I just want, make it entertaining at least. And I even know like I like he's gonna have energy for 3 minutes. Make it a slow match.
I put it on the circumstances that he was given because the when he did give back and lost, they didn't take that momentum as far as they could have with like Bobby Lashley,
Yeah, I agree.
because that was the moment where like they could have been like, all right, Bobby's the man, let's go with it. Instead, he's just yeah, he's the champ, but he's not the man. It's like you
Yeah,
can see they tried to do it during COVID with Braun Strowman
yeah,
more. You know what I mean? Because they had, I guess, less options.
yeah,
But it's I'm just saying in terms of how far they could have gone. So we'll see. I mean, anything else to help Gunther, I think is a good thing.
yeah,
It's just I don't really care for Goldberg like that.
yeah,
But he's a popular wrestler. It is what it is.
yeah. Your mic is going a little low.
Well, smack that bitch up.
Yeah. uh, what we got? So Saturday night main event is gonna be Goldberg versus Gunther. July 12th. What we got? Live. We go JD McDuggan versus AJ Styles. Solid match. Styles wins.
I think that was a good match. They gave it time.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it did have stuff going down in it, but I think JD out there looked like a badass. He looked like the like Booker T called him number. What do you call him? Mac Dunner, number one stunner.
Yep. There you
He
go.
was hanging in there with AJ.
Yeah.
So,
You had Becky Lynch coming out and Bailey returns.
and she beat her ass.
Yeah, she did. I'm actually looking forward to this
She
fight.
talked a lot of trash. And Becky was like, I can't trust my back to you. Well, I hit you in the face.
Yeah.
She got her.
But yeah.
I mean, I don't know. What do you think about what Bailey was saying to her? Like, she was very upset, but I think she's justified.
Yeah, I think so. And Becky was talking shit, and she got popped in the mouth. She didn't expect to get popped in the mouth. She was wearing Bears gear because they were in Green Bay, which gave her more heat. But I'm actually looking forward to this fight. I think we can get a really classic IC championship match out of them too. And they haven't fought in a while, so I'm looking forward to it.
Hmm.
Sadly, Liv Morgan versus Kari Sane. Sane wins by forfeit because routine drop. Liv Morgan dislocated her shoulder.
Yeah, it sucks to see it. But, I mean, listen, freak accidents happen. They are wrestling, man. So,
Yeah, it's a risky take, and that's a risk that every wrestler knows. And they do their best to try to take care of each other. Stop the slander on Kari Sane, because just because two people got injured doesn't mean it was her fault. And I hate the fact that a lot of people were like pointing fingers at her, like, "Oh, she's becoming the new Nia Jax." Like, no, she had nothing to do with the two injuries.
but I would point out that's not what I saw. I saw Rhea Ripley saying, stop celebrating Liv being hurt.
Yeah, and
I
I
don't
saw
think,
that too.
but I think that's more people just like, she's a bad guy, so you're supposed to be.
Yeah,
So there's that line
yeah,
that I think today, which is like, it's hard to have a person who's hated,
yeah,
because if something happens to them, they're like, hey, don't cheer the bad guy getting hurt. And it's like, but we don't hate her in real life,
yeah.
so it's hard to. You don't understand what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying.
So is interesting. I know there's genuine people who have malice in their hearts. They got problems, but that ain't
Yeah,
that's not everybody. It's not everybody. So
yeah,
get well soon, live more.
yeah. I just felt bad that Kari Sane like was getting a lot of like shit like it was her fault. I'm like, no, if you even look at the spot, it was not. She had nothing to do with it. It was a routine thing, and that shit happens. Cause even what was it? Something that they done many times with Finn Balor. They done that powerbomb spot many, many, many times, and it's just that one spot that fucked his shit up. His big problem was that he popped his shit back in, and that fucked up his shoulder more. At least Liv let it happen, and hopefully she doesn't have to stay out as long as Balor did. Because Balor lined up fucking tearing ligaments because of he popped that shit back in. Shit was mean looking too. Uh, so yes, we got that. SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis, who was standing for Anna Pierce, told Styles backstage that he would get an IC Championship title shot at Night of Champions. Same thing as Bailey. Bailey's getting an IC title match at Night of Champions. We got Jey Uso versus Rusev versus Sheamus versus Bronson Reed, and this is for the King of the Ring. Um, Great match, a lot of shenanigans, and Jey Uso gets the win.
But the big story, I think, is what happens. It's now, isn't it a one-on-one match
What
since
the?
he won?
Yeah, so it goes into a one-on-one match. So Jey Uso is gonna fight Cody.
So we got that, but let's see. Now, LA Knight, Sami Zayn had to stop Seth Rollins' Goon Squad,
Yes.
but that includes Bronson, who was in the match,
Yep.
and that's what causes Jay to get the win.
Yep.
So again, we got multiple stories coming out of the match, which is cool.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I like the LA Knight story going with the Seth Rollins fight too. So it's all working. It's all story. Monday Night Raw, where you give it?
Give it a B.
I'm gonna
I
go
want
B
to give
two.
it a B plus. Here's the thing I would say. Again, rotation needs to be changed. I mean, listen, between you and me, it's it's a blessing and a curse that Liv got hurt because she's a workhorse, so maybe it's just life telling her to slow down.
Yeah.
But also they still need to rotate people in and out. And the promos are really good, so I think they carried the show this week. I would say that. I think the promos really good and the story like being pushed along, but something just feels like, you know what I mean?
I'm just mad
Like
that
it's not breaking that excitement level for me.
yeah. I'm just mad that we had a the hated bald Xavier Woods and that didn't make TV.
Yeah, and then the little thing when they showed it, it got cut at the end of his promo.
Yeah.
So I saw it, and then they cut that part too. So if it wasn't on TV, that sucks. And then I didn't even get to see the whole thing. That also sucks.
Yeah, so I
What's
was
going
really
on?
mad about
What's going on with the
that.
New Day?
I don't know. They just talking shit.
No, I mean what's going on with the presentation? Why why are they not? They're the tag team champions. They're the New Day. What's going on?
They just haven't been putting them on TV. They lack on the tag team division a lot of the time, and they forget that needs a storyline as well.
No, they don't. Again, bad rotation.
Yeah,
Issue
I agree.
is constantly. It only seems to be the Judgment Day and the Viking Raiders.
Yeah,
Just constant. Like, bro got hurt, came back, and he's right back in the shuffle. Like, damn, they had nobody else to take the spot.
yeah. And then we got a
Like, come
couple
on.
tag teams back. We got Dunn and Dunn and Bates back. We got a couple of them back. We just haven't seen them on TV.
Yeah, I'm not liking that.
Yeah, I agree with the rotation. Again, this is something that they could really learn from NXT, and that's something that NXT does very well is they rotate their people, and you see different titles, you see different storylines each week. Some may get old, but at least they're trying to finish that storyline so they could go into something else.
This is true.
So I would say Raw could benefit from looking at NXT, see how they do it. Raw Tag Team Champions can main event, Women's Title can main event, Women's Tag Team Titles can main event. Every single title person that's in that show is capable to main eventing. Rotate it. I agree 100% with that. So I go B with that because I feel like we do line up seeing a lot of the same matches here and there.
Mm,
So rotate it. You have a lot of talent.
this is true.
NXT. This is the right episode. We kick off with Jada Parker versus Thea Hale.
That was a good match. I
Very
like
good.
it.
Very
I like
aggressive
Thea's
too.
aggression. Yeah.
Yes.
I like Thea's aggression when she came out, and I like that Jada turned it up with her.
Yeah.
So it was a solid match.
And tapped, but they didn't
I'm
see
sad. I'm sad. I mean, that was smart though.
it.
That was real smart.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Said,
Damn, she got her.
shout outs to Thea Hale. She won their first match in the speed.
Okay, okay.
But Parker wins. We go to Kalani Jordan versus Lash Legends. They're all fighting for a spot for a title contendership. They're gonna go be the winners are all gonna be in a 4-way. So, Kalani Jordan, Lash Legend thought it was solid, and Legend wins.
Yep. Very good match. Nice clash style also. So dope.
We got Trick Williams, Wesley, and AJ Francis versus Elijah, Josh Briggs, and Yoshi Amara.
Inamura, yes.
Yes. And
Uh, see, this was not bad. I liked it.
I
And
thought,
again, I like the spots in the
yeah,
match a lot. Maybe like the whole match wasn't the best match, but I felt like it had enough big moments, and I liked Inamura's splash on Trick. Now, I don't know if that was the right call, but
that's pretty.
it looked cool.
It was. I think that was my favorite thing was the splash at the end. I think that was the finish was great. I feel like a lot of it was a little sloppy, but again, it kind of just brought storyline to what they were trying to do with Wesley and AJ Francis and stuff.
Hmm.
I also liked the promo with Wesley and Trick Williams in the back. I thought it was silly, but it was fun.
I liked the whole thing with AJ Francis and JC not being able to wrestle.
Yeah,
Like when they started doing the money taunt, he was like, "How dare you talk about your money and you can't come out there?" I was like, that little piece he said. I was like, "Damn, that's messed up." Yeah, how you gonna say that and you're not wrestling? You right. You right.
we got a Chase U segment.
It was
We
funny.
got
Just
some.
those new guys.
Yeah,
Let's see what they actually do with that because it looks like they might be turning those guys on
yeah.
face. So
We got no quarter catch crew. They had a little promo on the back.
what happened? What happened to his group, man?
They all think they could beat his ass.
But and then why is that guy turning into Roman Reigns?
Right? He's looking
He
like
had he had the sweatsuit, the ponytail. I was like, what? Who is that?
yeah. We got Zarya versus Izzy Dame. Dame
Again,
wins with the
good
help
match.
of, but accidentally help of Tatum Paxley. She just
Yeah,
wanted
I
a
don't.
hug.
Yo, Tatum is going. She's going. She's bugging out. I don't know what's happening. You telling me that was the right time to go hug somebody? All right,
She needed a hug.
all right, all right. Get to the back,
You
you
know what her
wacko.
character reminds me of? You ever watch The Boy Meets World when Sean went to this little cult and then Corey was trying to get him out of it? I think that's
Yeah, I'm
what's
sure I've
happening.
seen it.
That they end up getting Eric in it because the girl was very pretty.
Oh man, see that it sounds familiar. It's just been so long.
That's what it gives me vibes. And then Sean Spears is the counselor that's trying to make everything right. Like, oh, they come to be accepted and stuff like that, and she's just going insane.
They better watch her. She's gonna end up in the color if they keep it up.
Yeah. What we got? We got Lola Vice versus Jordan Grace. That was actually really good too.
I think that
Grace
was the
wins.
best match of the show.
Yeah.
Good guy, good guy.
And
Lola
Jordan.
Vice, give her credit, man. She has gotten way better.
Yeah, she's getting there. I would like to see her more rotate into matches because it's been a while since Beyond the Worlds Collide. She hasn't had a match in a bit.
No, she's been there like
Yeah.
every other week. She's had
Okay.
matches.
Okay. So.
It's just she hasn't been the high profile since
Yeah.
she was like with Shayna. That was like highest profile she got. Like she hasn't been
Yeah.
in any of the champion stuff lately because it's been Jordan and it's people like that. So
We got Blake Monroe's officially an NXT superstar.
and of course she has angered the Mean Girls, and they put her through a table.
Yep.
Welcome to class. Sit down.
I dug the entrance. Dug the theme. It wasn't bad.
I'm not mad,
Def
but
Rebel does like 1 out of 10. they'll
oh,
get
okay.
one. They'll get one thing right.
I got you. I not familiar. There's a lot of generic one. I didn't mention the Last Legend theme sounding like Chicken Heads by Project Pat, but if you listen to the beat, it is almost the exact same beat.
Oh, Jordan Grace is. That was not
Yeah,
great
they took
either.
out the sirens out of her song. Like
Yeah.
they gave her a new song, no sirens. Like, come on, man, we gotta identify. Stop it.
Yeah. We know her for the sirens.
She is Thick Mama Pump.
Yes.
That's her. You can't take that away from her.
Yeah.
Scott Steiner dubbed the sirens for her. So come on.
And smacked the butt.
You know what? I think Scott Steiner needs to come back and give him to Braun Breaker.
Yeah. there
Chris and his nephew.
you go. And news beyond it. We got Mark Henry's son. We got Scott Steiner's son, and we got the son of Titus O'Neil, all part of the WWE
Those are big
armies.
boys.
Yeah.
Those are big boys. We'll see.
There we go. NXT, we give it.
NXT, I give it a B plus.
I'm gonna go B plus too. I thought it was a really solid show. Gave me everything that needs to do with the storylines and stuff like that. Um, and also like I think they're using the TNA stuff pretty solid because even if you watched, I caught up with last week's Impact and stuff like that. There's a lot of presence of NXT there and a lot of things that's happening there too. So there's a big chance too that I could see Matt Cardona fucking showing up
That's true. I did see
because
though.
technically he got jumped by some people.
Yes. Yes, he did. By Dark State.
Don't be jumped on him.
Um, and somebody was like, they work for John Cena. It's pretty funny. The one thing I did see was, didn't a girl from, was it Evolve or from LFG? Did she get a contract?
Yes.
It was the young black girl.
Yeah, she got a
Well,
contract.
no, the two girls actually.
Yeah,
I think, but do you remember what they're from? Are they LFG or are they
I
Evolve?
I think they evolve.
Okay, but I mean, seeing that, like, that's a big deal.
Yeah,
So there you go.
it's good. It's a good thing that it's a good rotation of things that they're borrowing from each other, and I think it's a good thing. And I think they're showing it a little bit also with the AAA stuff as well. So
Hmm.
hopefully, yeah, it all works out. Because AEW is also doing their stuff with CMML, which is also another old Mexican crew. So
I
we had
realize also is the timing is funny,
yeah,
but it's not AEW that switched it because they did it last year. So it's just that I remember because I was like, I remember they did this thing.
yeah, with
So
AAA,
they have a thing that they do yearly. Okay, so I was like, all right, all right.
and he did it with AAA last year.
Well, they can't do it no more.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
can't
Um,
do that.
so we got AEW Dynamite. Did you catch this?
I only saw up to Monday, so I saw most of it.
Okay.
Was that the whole thing? The whole show? Was Monet the last match? I don't remember.
No,
Okay, that's what I saw up to.
no, it was the last match. You're correct.
It was? Okay.
No,
I
no, no,
thought
no, it wasn't.
all right, so you can go through it.
We had a passionate promo by Hangman Page in full Spanish. It was actually good. A good promo.
He's a good teacher. That's all I
There
gotta
you
say.
go. We have Don Cal's family and allies versus enemies of the family. Which let me
Is
get
that
the
their
type.
is that their name now? That's going against him, enemies of the family?
Yeah, so it's Atlantis, Atlantis Jr., Bandito, Cole, Daniel Garcia, and Brody King. And Tempelor defeats Honchero, Josh Alexander, uh, Takesha, Kai Fletcher, Lance Archer, Valdor Jr., and Howard Howard.
Has one question.
Yeah,
Has Josh Alexander won a match since he's been in AEW?
I think he has. I just haven't seen it.
Me neither.
What else we have? We have Okada versus Mark Briscoe. That was actually pretty solid. Okada wins, and it's a pointing of fingers towards Kenny Omega. We have Mystico versus MJF. That was actually really solid. Really good match. Mystico beats MJF by DQ. Um, the passion of the crowd with Mystico's theme, it was really cool. To him to get that reaction was actually really cool.
Yes.
He came out also with the Sin Cara mask.
As in, like he has a
He had the Sin Cara
specific.
mask over his regular mask.
Ah, okay, okay. Is that
Uh,
his original design from the Mexican promotion, or did he change that mask when he went to WWE?
he changed the mask to go to WWE. His mask was similar to what he has now, just with the spikes.
Okay, okay.
Um, 4 million pesos, high flying 4-way.
What's the transfer rate on that? How much money is that really?
100
That's
grand.
like that's still a lot of money. All right.
Yeah.
And so hologram is a little bit richer. Okay,
Yep. Hologram making that money.
it was good. I actually like that match.
It was fun.
I
See
liked
him.
Ricochet and Leo Rush when the things broke down in the
Yeah.
match. He was slapping Ricochet on the head, and Ricochet got pissed off. I love that. That's his trigger.
Um, CMML World Women's Championship. Zexus versus Mercedes Monet. Probably the best part of the show. A very strong match. Monet has added another title,
Yes,
so 6.
she would have had 7 if she didn't lose the other one.
Yeah. And then the
So
last match was the Death Riders, Young Bucks, and Beast Mortals. They fought. They defeated Hobbs, Joe, Osprey, Sabata, and Swerve.
I did not see the match, but if you tell rumors about Mortals, he's gonna sue you.
Oh yeah,
So
he's building a case.
so don't just be saying stuff about him.
AW I go B minus.
I would agree with that. I think it was. I would go. I didn't see the last match, but I would go B. I like the presentation. Again, I like the way they treat their stars and stuff. So it was cool to see the fan reaction,
Yeah.
like at its peak.
The multi-man matches and so many of them just burn me out. That's why I would go lower with it. The single, if there was more story, I feel like if there was more story arc in between things and just reasons for certain matches, I would probably be more invested. But the fact that it's just a bunch of multi-man tag matches just drives me nuts. Um, but yeah, I like the Monet and Zeus Zassus, wherever her name is, match. I like the 4-way. I thought that was pretty solid. It was a pretty solid show though. My last week's, I gave it a C minus. So there you go. It's better than last week. Friday Night SmackDown. Um, we kick off with what's this week? Here it is. We kick off with wait, that wasn't the first match, was it? No, it wasn't. Why this shit is backwards? It is backwards. Okay. Uh, sorry, this they had the results like in the opposite way, and it kind of threw me off.
Mm-hmm.
The last match of the night was Bronson Reed and no, Cena was the last match.
It started off with LA Knight promo.
Yeah, so
So we had uh, a pissed off LA Knight, and then we had Paul Heyman come out,
yes, that's what I remember.
And then we had Seth Rollins' Goon Squad come out. And then we had LA Knight beat up people with chairs.
As he should.
Let me talk to you.
And then Queen of the Ring semifinal. We have Asuka versus Alexa Bliss.
Very good match. Very good match. Nice. I don't remember. Well, it's unfortunately been a long time since both of them have been together at the same time. So
Yeah.
it's been a while since I've seen them wrestle.
Yeah, they haven't wrestled in a while, and the last time they were teammates. They were tag champs.
Oh wow, wow, that's been a long
Yeah.
time.
So, because they were
Good to
both
see
on
it.
different brands for a while too.
Yes, this is true.
But it was a really good match, and they always had pretty decent chemistry. So I give it credit. As Alex Black was making his way entrance, you had Kit Wilson get jumped by Ron Killings.
And the bad news that his partner's hurt again. It sucks.
Yeah, I like that tag team.
But I do too.
And he calling out John Cena.
But Ron Killen
Yep.
comes out and and pisses off Mr. Black.
Yeah.
I like the promo in the back.
Yeah, that was funny.
Ron Black and Damian Priest back there. So
We do have a promo with Randy Orton talking about the semifinals, and Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, and Jey Uso all come out and say their piece to winning the King of the Ring. And Randy was like, "No, bullshit. I won't kick all your asses."
uh, not for nothing, I think it's more of a natural bit of disappointment for Sami Zayn after that very passionate promo that he still lost the match. So I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I can see his sanity slowly slipping.
Yep. Because Randy Orton defeats Sami Zayn right after that. And Randy Orton is going to the finals. We got Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax. Or they have a promo against each other. And Nia Jax attacks her. And Naomi comes for the Money in the Bank. Fast, too. She slid right in that ring. And Nia Jax fucked it up.
No, she said no.
Nope. I
Get
don't
out
read
of
the
here.
segment, though.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
We got Charlotte Flair defeats Chelsea Green, but then her service squad comes and jumps Charlotte, and Alexa makes the save.
That was actually a solid match. That
Yeah,
wasn't bad.
good.
And thank goodness our true president, Chelsea Green's face has healed.
Yes.
I like what Piper said about Charlotte. He says, unfortunately, I have bad news. Charlotte is okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that had me laughing. When Solo Sakura failed to bring Jacob Fatu back into the fold, JC Mateo attempts 2-on-1 assault on the U.S. champ, and Jimmy Uso backs him up.
I mean, that's pretty much the entire thing that happens.
Yeah.
Solo comes up with his promo trying to get him, and Jacob is not stupid.
Yes, he's not.
So,
We have LA Knight versus Bronson Reed, and LA Knight wins by DQ because he gets jumped.
of course he does. I mean, they did set him up lovely, though. He got hit with that spear standing. He couldn't do a damn thing.
Yep, he pooped his pants.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
See, I got a problem with all the good guys wearing black, but thank goodness he was wearing black today on Friday.
Ron Killings defeats the undisputed WWE champion John Cena by disqualification. And then it sets up CM Punk coming in, getting thrown in the table, and that also,
Well,
yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happened.
so CM Punk's just mad as hell. He
Yep.
wasn't on the slide. That's what it was. So,
Attitude adjustment through the table, and a reminder of a promo that CM Punk's once held after a R-Truth versus Cena match that he went through a table.
Oh, it was the R-Truth versus Cena match the first time it happened.
Yes.
I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
knew Cena was the guy in the ring. I didn't know it was R-Truth versus Cena.
Yep.
Wow.
It was R Truth versus Cena.
That's
So it
good
makes
on them.
perfect sense with it too. Cena cuts kind of a rehashed promo of the pipe bomb, but puts his own thing swing into it, mentioning certain names as Claudio Castagnoli, Nick Nemeth, Matt Cardona, and goes into saying that CM Punk is pretty much what he said that he wasn't back then, and that you're the TKO guy now, and shit like that. And it fucking works, and it works for Cena so well. And it was probably one of his best deliveries since doing this character. And I liked a lot of his stuff. It's not like I did not like it, but I think this one was probably one of the ones that hit the most just because of what CM Punk did with his pipe bomb towards Cena.
Hmm. Yeah, very, very good. I appreciate it. It was definitely like a probably like the high point, the high moment of this whole thing so far,
Yeah,
I would say.
but it was cool. It was cool. And again, yeah. So when CM Punk did the pipe bomb, it was against or was R Truth versus John Cena, and R Truth got thrown in through R Truth through got Cena through a table. It was like on the corner
Yeah, yeah.
and shit. So
We,
it happened to be the same thing.
we
So
just
yeah.
going in circles.
Yep,
Hmm.
yep. As the world turns. SmackDown, we give it.
I give it an A. I think the matches were good, but I think the promo at the end was probably the best part of the show.
I'll go A minus. But I wanted more tag. Again, I want to see tag teams actually get matches on these cards, especially if it's a 3 hour show. Um, we did get backstage storyline, and the Wyatt Six is going to fight Street Profits next week.
Okay, okay.
I did watch TNA. I could run it down if you did not watch. There's some stuff there um, of interest on that show. We had some story arc with the system and Matt Cardona. They building to a match later on the night. We had Eric Young versus Sammy Callahan. That was brutal. Eric Young wins. You had the Order 4 Summit, which Ali went nuts and was telling this dude to buy it down, but he did not. So there's gonna be a match with them next week. We kind of got a spoiler because we kind of see who shows up next week, and that's next week's Impact Wrestling, not this week's. We have Monster Slamovich, Lee Ying Lee versus Ash by Elegance and Heather by Elegance. That was a pretty fun match, and the tag champs win. Um, we have Samantino Morella saying that Joe Hendry will be fighting um, Trick Williams for the TNA Championship as an anniversary. He also brought Jake something to fight Mace Warner, so that's a storyline going on there. Indy Hartwell has run into Cesar Blaster. That's going to leave the match next week. Matt Cardona has a tag team match with Eddie Edwards and JDC. His partner was the hometown guy, which is pretty much Diener, just dressed up as a luchador with just the hometown logos and stuff. So if it's Phoenix they were in, he wore a Phoenix Sun jersey and shit like that. And then we end with a multi-man tag match. Is all the champions of TNA versus the challengers. So it's the X Division champ, the international champ, the tag champs, and Trick Williams, the world champ, versus Joe Hendry, Elijah, Leon Slater, and the Radicals. It was a fun match, but it was also more storyline. And Elijah, Joe Hendry, Leon Slater, and the Rascals win. TNA, I give a solid B. It was a fun show. All right, that's the week in wrestling. We'll see you next week with that. Now we got podcasts we listen to. Um, I did listen to the Van Vliet ones. He had Chauncey. No, that was last week. It was this week. No, he had Cora Jade this week. Yeah, Cora Jade and no, yeah, he did have Chauncey and Cora Jade this week. It was actually really good conversations. Um, I did listen to those. I did listen to Busted. I did listen to Sam Roberts, kind of breaking down the CM Punk, the Pipe Bomb promo, and then also breaking down the CM Punk versus Cena match and stuff like that for Night of Champions. So I listened to that, and I actually appreciate his take on it. Um, but any other thing you listen to?
No, that's about it. I did hear the Sam, and that's pretty much all I heard for this week.
Yeah. Um, what else we got? Yeah. And now we go to our wrestling retrospect, and it is my pick. Let me grab my list real fast. Shit. I didn't have my phone on me. Shit. I have the list on the phone. Uh, who do we get? Let's see. Uh, let's go. Let's go with. Let's see. Have we done? I don't know. I have a list of people we haven't picked yet. Where's that list? I don't know. I'm looking at the list right now. I'm trying to figure out. Sorry. Have we picked Cedric?
I don't know. I don't remember. I
Uh,
think I think
yeah, we
we
did. Yeah, we did.
we
Um,
shout outs to. I believe that's an official announcement from him. Maybe he's just gonna go there for a while. I don't know if he's signing, but shout outs to him and Impact.
yeah, so that's the reason why I was saying because that's for next week's Impact that he shows up.
Okay. Okay.
It was a pre-recording. It was a recorded yeah Friday for Pittsburgh, and yeah he showed up. Um, let's go with. Uh, we haven't picked the Motor City Machine Guns. Let's go with them.
Mhm.
We haven't done a tag team in a while,
Okay.
so Motor City Machine Guns would be the guys. All right. That's it. We wrap up. This is the Wrestling Babble podcast. Thank you for listening. Follow us on all social medias: Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitch, TikTok, and I have Blue Sky and that other Instagram one. So record the mic on everything. Follow Wrestling Link on everything as well.
Uh, Before I give that, shout outs to I believe it was what we say, Sari for winning the IWGP Women's Championship.
Yes.
I mean, it's sad that the girls, I think her name was Suri, that
Yeah.
she only had like one defense before she lost it, but it's all good. It's all good. So now Suri's the champ
Nice.
over there killing people. Um, Make sure you check us out, Red Cyclonic on everything. That's Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, and we got a WordPress.
Yep. Yep.
Check it out.
Peace out. Laters, and always remember follow the jinkies.